Here I am back in my studio. I know I'm super lucky to have a space of my own to do yoga, but I'm in the roof and it was really hot and really bright here today. So I'm going to try really hard not to scowl at you too much while we work through this short balancing practice. I might be scowling because of the balancing, but hopefully I won't be scowling because of the lovely sunshine that's beaming through here. So it's just taking time just to find your position, starting in standing with our feet just comfortably underneath us, noticing where you feel the weight in your feet. Do you tend to put the weight in the outside of your feet or the inside, or forwards and backwards? Just taking time to find that spot and then see if you can find equal weight spread through your whole feet, including your toes. Sometimes, because we're wearing shoes with heels on all the time, when we take our shoes off, our toes naturally want to lift a little or not do their bit in supporting us connecting to the ground, and that's a really important part of our balance that's lost if they don't. When you've found that equal weight, just softening your gaze, closing your eyes, thinking about your legs gently drawing towards each other like they're magnetized. Thinking, does it feel like your knees are stacked over your feet? Like your pelvis is then stacked over your knees? That your head is balanced on top of your shoulders and your spine is long? And when you're there, just come into your breath, noticing how does it feel today. Maybe you want to bring in your ujjayi, your ocean sounding breath if it's in your practice, and then trying to find an equal inhale and exhale. So allowing the breath to expand through the whole 360 degrees of your ribs and your core. And on then exhale, allowing yourself to feel heavy and supported and rooted to the ground with gravity. And as you continue with this, just noticing any work that's happening through your body to hold you still. Can you feel those little shifts happening through your feet and your ankles, your calves working? Even in stillness, your body's working really hard for you all the time. And we're just going to flutter open our eyes and think about trying to stare a long way into the distance. So if you've got a window in front of you or clear open space, maybe you can find that spot in the distance. Or if you find yourself confronted by a wall, just that sense that you're not really focusing, you're looking far off to something that's way beyond outdoors. Maybe in a field, in a river, anything you want to picture beyond. And keeping that gaze, just going to gently turn our head in one direction and then the other. So our eyes are staying still, our head with our chin tucked is just rotating on the top of our spine. Keep your gaze exactly where it is. Just that head moving. And then coming back to center. we're going to bring all our weight into our left leg and really think about rooting that left leg into the ground, trying to keep a little softness in your knee, but not letting your hip pop out to the side, keeping that hip drawn in so you can really feel that side hip working. And then your head is balanced up over your foot, and you're going to reach through that left hand until your right toe is just touching to the ground. And then taking it across to the other side. And here you could find your gazing point. You could stick to that far away in the distance one if you wanted. And as you work side to side, maybe you feel like you can lift that redundant foot up, flex the ankle, and work side to side. So you've almost got these little penguin legs going on as you have that big old stretch through one side of your body and then the other. And it's okay if you have a little wobble. The wobbles are what make us stronger. If this is all too easy, then we wouldn't be growing, we wouldn't be evolving. One more on each side. And then come in to a place of stillness. This time we're going to bring our weight into our left leg again. So again, keeping that hip drawing in, keeping a little softness in your knee, and we're just going to touch the right toes forward. So they're not taking any weight, they're just an extra balancing point. Maybe you want them a bit further out if you feel like you need extra balance. The good thing about doing standing up practices is that there's always a wall should you need it, but just noticing how much weight you're putting through the wall. So don't put a whole hand and lean into the wall if you don't need to. Maybe you just need the odd touch of a finger, maybe fingertips. With this balance, we're going to bring our hands together so we can press our palms together. Everything is active. If you feel like you can lift that foot and flex the ankle, please do. If you feel like you can bring it up a bit higher, please do. And this time, we're going to find 2 spots on our walls in each corner, and we're going to bring our eyes to look at one, and then flick to look at the other. Look at one, flick to look at the other. So your head is still, just your eyes are moving. And you can come in and out of this balance as much as you need to. But just noticing all the work that your ankle and your leg and your foot and every other bit of you is doing to keep you here. Keep pressing the ground away with your standing leg and then coming out. Ooh, let's take some little circles, figures of 8 through our hips, nice soft knees, looping in one direction, in the other, and then round to the other side. Waking up our brain a little bit too. Okay, and then we're going to try it on the other side. So, settle in your body, knowing where your 2 points are that you're going to look at. We're going to bring our weight into our right leg this time. Left toes just touch forward. Right hip draws in, hands pressed together. If you feel like you can lift up that leg, you can. If you try and flex the ankle, if you are doing that, keep pressing the ground away, thinking about your head being stacked over your foot. Look to one corner, look to the other. Head stays still, just the eyes are moving. In everyday tasks, our eyes are moving, our body's moving when we're trying to balance. So we're trying to bring in some of those skills here, working the muscles of our eyes, working our vestibular system. It's very rare day to day where we really need to balance, where we're standing very still and just looking at one spot. Coming in and out as much as you need to and noticing the wobbles. The wobbles are what make us strong. This time we're going to come into a half lift, slightly wider legs, and just take those tick-tocks, lifting up one side of the pelvis and then the other side of the pelvis, rocking backwards and forwards. Right, so we've done, what have we done? Eye still, head turns. We've done head still, eyes move. Now we should do a bit of body moving, shouldn't we? Right. Let's find our Tadasana again. Tadasana. Feet are rooted. Connection to the ground. That sense of really being the mountain. Like there's nothing is separating you from the world around you. All your molecules and particles are just blending into the molecules and particles of the world. You are rooted, you are grounded, you are unmovable. Coming back to your breath. Finding your gazing point. Really making those toes root to the ground. This time we're going to bring our weight onto our left leg. We're going to see if we can step our toes forward and backwards. Forwards and backwards. You might think, oh, this is way too easy. You could bring your stance a bit narrower. If it's hard, you could bring it a bit wider. You could really slow this down. Really slow, deliberate movement. If you really, really want a challenge, you could close your eyes. This is hard. If you've got your eyes closed, you might want to start off going a bit faster. Just get your bearing points. Get that feeling of really pushing the ground away with your standing legs, stacking your head over your foot. Embracing the wobbles. And coming out whenever you want. Take some circles to your hips. A few in one direction, a few in the other. Your head is really outside of that balancing point of being just stacked above your feet, above your ankles. Okay, same on the other side. Starting with your Tadasana. Fidget as much as you need to in Tadasana to feel settled there. Don't feel like you have to go at mine or anyone else's pace. When you're ready, rooting through your right leg, start touching those left toes forward and back. Take it slower. Take it wider if you feel you need to. Bring it narrower if you need to. Close your eyes. Just find the point where you are challenged. Have a wall or a surface nearby to steady yourself if you feel like you're going to need the occasional hand touch. Use your arms as much as you want, like a tightrope walker. That's what you do in real life if you're losing your balance, and that is fine. Eventually you will find more stillness. Maybe not today. And then coming out. Taking those circles. Ooh, really nice ragdolly movement. Let's just hang forward, let our arms pendulum. Okay. Shake out your legs. Shake out your feet, your hands. Okay, so we're going to bring our right foot forward this time and our left foot back. So we're kind of in a tightrope walk, but my feet are more parallel than one completely in front of the other. If you really wanted that tightrope walk, you could come here, or you could be a bit wider. But pelvis is forward, gaze is forward. Let's bring a little bend, a little softness into that front knee. So we're only like a small step back. And we're going to bring both hands in front. We're going to use our right hand as our gazing point here. So like you were going to draw a bow and arrow, we're going to draw that right arm back, watching the thumb as it comes towards us, and then following the thumb as we open up and sweep the hand back. Really keeping a sense of both your feet really rooting to the ground, and like your legs are almost wanting to draw towards each other, so your whole leg is really active. Opening up, drawing that hand back. So this time we've got our body moving, we've got our head moving, we've got our gaze moving. This is really challenging to your balance, to your vestibular system. Bring that hand back. Let your arms just dangle down by your side. And we're just going to see if we can press through that back foot, coming up onto your toes, so your back foot hovers, and you're bringing your weight over your front foot. Just bouncing in and out of that a few times. And you could bring in your arms. Really feeling where you're feeling like you're balanced over that front leg, and then dropping back. And then coming up. Okay, shake it out, have a little bounce out. Same thing on the other side. This time right foot comes forward, left foot is just like half a pace back. Legs drawing like they're scissoring, trying to draw together, really active. A little bend in the front knee. Feet are rooted into the ground. Hands out in front. This time your left thumb becomes your gazing point as you draw it back and open out, and then sweep forward, really reaching through your fingertips, so your fingertips will come in front of the other hand. Same thing again. 3 more times with your own breath. Noticing all the work that's happening to keep you balanced. And when you come back to the front, if you're there before me, just letting your arms dangle. Find your gazing point in front. And we're going to see if we can take those little kicks off that back foot. So just bringing your weight over your front leg. And then bringing sweeping arms in like Superman and finding your balancing point over your foot as you come up. Tiny moment of stillness and back down again. And coming up. Again, shaking out your arms. Just coming slightly wider through the legs. Take some swings. Up onto the toe of one foot and toe of the other. Making sure you've not got anything that you're going to whack your hands on too close around you. And then coming back to center, finding your Tadasana. And just softening your gaze, closing your eyes and notice What can you feel happening in your body? Being the observer, noticing with interest, not with judgment. Coming back to this video as many times as you want to, practicing these balancing skills and throwing in the challenge whenever you need it, making it a bit more challenging for yourself.